Happy Friday to the voiceover world. Time for our numbers video of the week. We do these every single week. Basically just give a little bit of a more broad view of our numbers, Dad and mine voiceover numbers, and then the View Marketing Pro group that we send out emails for. We also have a private Facebook group that gets its own in-depth deep dive numbers. Every job we do, how much they cost, what we do, all things numbers. They get that. They get a live Facebook where you can post in it, ask questions, other people post their numbers in it. And then we have 2 fireside chats a week and a monthly webinar. We just had one. We talked about auditioning, stuff like that. So if that sounds like something that's interesting to you or you have questions about it, feel free to contact us below in the comments, or you can contact John Barsness at viewmarketingpro.com. So anyway, we're going to do our numbers. Like I said, Dad's been in voiceover for 15 years. I'm in my 4th year of voiceover. I'm trying to make $80,000 this year. Dad's trying to slow down and make $250,000 this year. Just a little side note here, if you are new to this channel, if you're not new, you know all this stuff. Last 9 years, Dad's been over $100,000. Last 7 years have been over $200,000. Last 4 years were over $300,000. Dad's about to be 65. He wants to slow down. He's thinking about retiring, not like completely, but kind of slowly turning the valve off on the rushing water. And he's not trying to make $300,000 this year, trying to make $250,000. So there's that. Like I said, I'm trying to make $80,000. So moving on up, see what happens. Let's jump into the VO Marketing Pro numbers this week. All right, you ready? 33 warm responses. Once in a while we do this. What would you consider a warm response? Maybe somebody who's new to the channel would say, well, what's a warm response? What is
Probably, one of the bigger ones is like your voice, will keep you in mind. What are your prices for, generally you got a standard rate sheet or price out some specific thing. Send us your demo, where you live, what's your sound chain like, just different things like that. What did I miss
thanks
one?
for sending us your information. We don't have anything right now, but we'll keep you on file for the future, something like that.
Yeah, those are all warm responses.
And so those are, obviously direct emails that people send out and companies send them back to us. So 33 of those this week, 13 auditions, and then 6 jobs were booked this week. Lisa Lupari, a job. Lauren Gobus times 2.
Nice, Lauren.
Hope I'm saying that right, Lauren.
Yes, you are.
Okay. Noel Romano, again, of course. And then 2 from the roster that are still kind of in the works. We're just trying to make sure we have everything settled with that before we give out the names and stuff like that. So we just want to make sure on that.
And in my numbers, I'll tell you that I had a new client from Sweden.
And I didn't put in there either. I had 2 recurring clients this week from direct email marketing come to me, and I will obviously talk about that. So 9. So we had 9 jobs this week. Dad only talks about his new ones. Otherwise, it would be depressing for everybody because he has so many. So anyway, congrats to those who did that. Keep up the good work for those who are sending out emails. If you're doing it on your own, you're watching these videos, keep on doing it. More numbers than you can imagine for as long as you can imagine.
Or longer than you can
Longer
imagine.
than you can
Yeah,
imagine.
right.
Yeah, that's a good point. All right, on to my numbers. In direct email marketing, I had 6 warm responses this week. I had 3 auditions. In voiceover this week for jobs between Voice123, Upwork, Fiverr, and direct email marketing, I booked 6 jobs. It was quite a slow week for me this week starting out, and usually I'm around the 10 to 12 jobs booked mark. So it was a little bit slower for me this week. In the deep dive numbers, I'll talk about that more for our private group. Excuse me. I had 0 jobs on Voice123 for $0, of course. I had 3 jobs on Upwork for a total of $310.50. Direct email marketing, 2 jobs for $1,175. And then 1 Fiverr job for $30, and I get $24. And then I also do some editing for my dad on the side. I've been doing that for a while. I always keep that separate. $180 this week. So 9 hours times $20 an hour, $180. There you go. Voiceover alone this week. My goal for the year was around $1,500 to get me towards 80. Since, about the last 4 months, I kind of gave myself a new goal because I was a little bit behind. So I'm needing to average about $1,800 a week. This week, voiceover alone, $1,509.50. And then with my $180 from editing, $1,689.50.
And when we
I will make over $80,000 this year in total money with the editing, but I want it to be just direct email I want it to be just voiceover alone. So I'm still good. There's still plenty of time. I'm not too far behind that goal right now. So I have another week left of September. So
for our deep dive numbers, and again, if you want to be a part of that group, you can email John Barsness at vomarketingpro.com. It's $50 a month. Go back and listen to all the benefits that you get. Mm-hmm. But in the deep dive, I'd like you to, whether you give me exact numbers, but we should talk a little bit because I just did this talking, I don't know if we did it in a fireside chat for our VO Marketing Pro. We did, because I gave all of my monthly numbers because I hear it regularly from a lot of VO coaches, a lot of VO talent. This is just way too up and down. You can never know what you're going to get. It can be really high. Yeah, no consistency. You can't bank on your monthly income, and mine is almost always
consistent.
Right about $20,000 to $25,000.
They don't know what they're talking about.
What's that?
I said they don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah. So Hudson is doing business, applying things differently because he's a different person, but he's doing business the way we do business the same way, and he is being very consistent in his monthly income. And so for our deep dive numbers for our private Facebook group, we'll talk about that if that's
sure.
right.
That's great.
So let's talk my numbers. Nothing in Voice 123 this week, nothing in voices.com. One job, Upwork, $270.
Nice.
Fiverr was a big week. I had some fairly decent clients on there, and then a bunch of them. $3,532 on Fiverr.
That is, you haven't had a week like that in a while.
$3,532. Yeah.
Wow.
There were times 2020 to 2022 and a half, those years, where that was sometimes a fairly normal week. But $3,532. My direct email marketing wasn't real high, $1,647. But that's why you have multiple income streams. That's why it's important not to have all your eggs in one basket, as the proverb says. Total $5,449. I'm trying to get $5,000. 5,000 times 52 is a little over $250,000 a year. I'm trying to slow down this year, and so I've met it for the last 3 weeks. $5,449.
Nice. Yeah. Appreciate you guys watching these videos. If you know of somebody that you think would benefit from these videos, please feel free to share it with them. Happy to help out in any way we can if you have any questions. We're going to move on to our in-depth deep dive numbers. But hope you had a good week. If you're a voiceover person, keep up the good work. Keep sending out those emails. Keep doing auditions. Don't, slow those things down. So hope you had a good week. Have a good weekend, and we'll see you next week for our numbers, as always, on Friday. Take care. See ya.